following presentation is rated PG and may contain coarse language and mature themes. Viewer discretion is advised.
You know how many times I've gotten on like a bus or something and I see a woman get on the train, or like a train in Toronto, I see a woman get on the train pushing a stroller. And people jump out of the seats and they go, please, sit down. It must be so hard to push a child on wheels. Do you know how many times I've gotten on the train and seen a dad holding his kid? Standing, holding him, like he rescued him from a building, holding him. And people just stay in their seats and look at him like, F you, dude. You want to sit down. A woman carrying him for 9 months, you can carry him for 9 stops, and they just stay there.
As a comedian, going from town to town is your life. In and out of hotels sounds exciting, but with only working an hour a night, the other 23 can feel like a sentence. So what do? Anything. I'm Nathan Macintosh, and this is Stand Up Downtime.
Let's get up to get down. I want the lights on when we're gonna rock this town.
This is Jessica Holmes, former cast member of the Royal Canadian Air Force. She's also written a book called Depression, the Comedy. She's upbeat.
My name is Blabka Chapka. The year that I moved to Kitchener was the happiest year of my life. Please to let me explain. Hello. At first we get here and we see nobody ever finish all of the food on their plate. Everybody say, oh, I'm too full, or it's too many points, or gluten is the devil. Or I know it's good for you, it's artisanal. Hey, what does artisanal mean? It means it looks like a kid made it. Okay, very good.
Nathan, you're still there?
Yep.
Come on. What are you doing?
Oh, man, I don't know. I'm just bored. I'm reading a magazine about hats. I don't know what to do.
I don't think you even care what's in that magazine.
I don't, but what else is there what's there to do?
Nathan, there's life to do. What are you gonna tell jokes about today if you don't go out and live life and experience it? Let's go find some people to make fun of. All kinds of them. Come, Nathan. Nathan, there's so many of them. They're incredible, come on. I told you, Nathan.
This is snow.
Hello, world! Do you know, I'm actually taking a Beyonce dance class.
True?
Yes, a girlfriend and I. We decided life's too short.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is the entire Beyonce dance class all white women?
No!
Really?
There's a lot of Asian men there. Thanks. Thanks.
You're welcome.
How great.
It looks pretty cool.
No, it's great.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a grocery store.
Well, it's a great grocery store.
They have coffee upstairs?
They do.
I am excited about this.
And is the coffee good?
Yeah, it actually is.
All right.
I wanted to kind of lie to you and say that it wasn't, but I mean, it is good.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like some comedians, not you, feel that they have to make a punchline for everything? Yeah.
Some comedians for sure don't know how to kind of shut it off, you know?
I find it a bit exhausting.
Yeah, those are monsters.
Because I want to know at what point in time can you just chill out?
You remember, honest to God, years ago, you were allowed to look at somebody and be like, this person is garbage, human garbage?
And now we can't say
You
it.
can't do that. You gotta be like, well, they're good at this and they're good at that. That doesn't matter, they're trash.
Everybody has to get a ribbon. Do you know what I will say, though? Here's what I found about Second City people and improvisers. I love when they don't shut it off, because they're continuing the dialogue with you in a funny way, whereas someone who is just trying to get a laugh, you quickly realize this could just be an empty chair right here. Even the way you and I were joking, walking here, it's a give and take, and you're making me laugh the whole time, and I made you laugh.
Why would you not be able to make me laugh?
Because I always felt like I wasn't really one of the real stand-up comedians because I don't do set-up punchline. I come out and I tell a few stories about my mom, and then I say, who likes impressions?
Can I tell you, I'm not even joking, I would love to be able to do impressions. If I could just dip, if jokes weren't working, and I would just be like, who cares? Do you guys like Laura Dern? And I would do my big Laura Dern impression.
My favorite of all, and I'm so happy that she has made a great comeback, is Celine Dion. I look at you and the fact that you have beautiful, bright, shining faces. You know, you are not Celine up here, you are you, but still. I like to watch you to climb up there.
Well, here's the beauty. Now I just have a music track that I sing along to, and it's a medley of a bunch of different people. It's Nicki Minaj and Britney Spears and Liza Minnelli and Celine Dion. I throw it all together. And while I get to sing that, my brain takes a little vacation from the difficult job that is telling jokes. And so I do like going back and forth. If I'm doing a 45-minute set, probably half of it will be musical.
You do Nicki Minaj?
Yeah.
Really?
I can't really pass for Nicki Minaj, but just in terms of a...
Give me a second, everybody. You put a curtain out? Just stuff, like, I mean, there'd be a lot of things that would have to happen.
Yeah.
Big nails.
But just in terms of if I'm on stage, I could break into it and then break back out of it for just a part of her song.
Which song?
This one's for the boys with a booming system. Tap down. See, I feel ridiculous doing it here. But anyway, on stage.
Was I a comedian that was
awesome.
glaring at you like, oh my God.
The look on your face was
this.
This was the look on your face.
Well, because I was trying to, I was listening and I was like, what song? And then you shut it off and went, you see, I hate it. Like, okay, well, I didn't even get a chance to pick up what it was. Is there a difference between, say, like you were talking about, say, the regular crowd, like in terms of just a group of people in a room, and you think, oh man, they hated me. Is there a difference between that crowd and the Air Farce crowd?
Here's the thing. On Air Farce, we're all kind of humble individuals who come together to tape this show, and there isn't one natural leader among all of us. So we all walk out humbly, and no one wants to be the person who steals the focus. So what happens is the audience shows up and is really excited, and then we all come out and none of us says anything, and we just stand there awkwardly.
Yeah.
And finally, Dawn will be like, say something. So then we're like, hi, thanks for coming out. But we all have that Canadian thing where we assume no one in the audience is there for me individually. They must be there for you.
How funny is that though, as Canadians? That's kind of the way we have to live. Even when you're on television, you got to be like, but I didn't really.
Here's why I think we have to live that way. Because the times when I have had my ego boosted, I opened for Oprah Winfrey one day in Toronto.
Go on.
9,000 people were there. The next day, an audition went out for a Jessica Holmes type. And I said to my agent, might I be able to audition for the role? He called and then called me back and said, Jess, they're not interested. Wow. So one quickly learns, as I'm sure you've noticed, to not live up here. You have these big experiences, but then I feel like you have to just keep living at the level, like who I am with my friends and my kids and my...
You know, you do a great spot somewhere on TV or something, and somebody's like, you're the best, you're the greatest person in the world, and you leave, and you try to get into a Wendy's, and the door's closed, and they're like, and you go, come on, I just did a thing, and they go, I'm 16, I don't care, you're a loser, please step away from my fast food restaurant.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So your husband, obviously in entertainment as well, is it hard to, do you find it hard to travel as much as you do, and also, how many kids do you have?
We have 2 kids.
Do both your kids have smartphones?
They do, but they don't have social media until they're 13. So yes, it is very difficult to manage the schedules and make sure the kids are like at hockey and stuff.
I mean, when you get into a hotel room, do you call right away? Do you do FaceTime? Like, how do you keep up with everything?
I don't.
Wow.
I don't. You know why? It makes me miss them more, and it makes them miss me more, which probably isn't true, but that's what I tell myself. So when I go on the road, I only go for 4 days maximum, and I check in with them. This makes me feel really bad.
Oh my God. When you are on social media yourself, which we kind of all have to be, which
I know.
yeah, it sucks.
Only because on principle, posting pictures of yourself saying, I hope I look good enough to get a like on this it's so separate from getting laughs on stage. Like laughs on stage, you're like, I put in the time, I rehearsed that, I deserve the outcome. Social media is just bonkers. It's like, who looks the best in a bikini? And I will say, I did post bikini pictures this year. I did.
You're
I
a
post
mother.
bikini, I know.
What are you trying to do?
But with social media, you have to make it look like, oh, this was just totally a random photo I chose. And
Coming out of the pool?
With an important message about hygiene or
I'm not gonna lie to
chlorine.
you. This is my first year doing my first bikini pic as well.
Yeah. Top and bottom?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a two-piece. I'm not wearing, you know what I mean? And when you're on social media though, do you, before you post something, do you think twice about it just because of how it can be perceived?
I think 8 times about it. I'm terrified of confrontation, so I don't even post opinions hardly, because I just feel like, well, if someone makes a strong enough argument, I agree with them now, and then I gotta take the whole thing down. Back when I used to post opinions about things, it eats up 2 hours of your day replying to all the haters out there. So I just thought, forget it. From now on, it's a bit more of a one-way conversation. I'll just tell you about the stir fry I made and put a photo of that. And
Here's my opinion on stir fry. It is the best fry, and people would be very angry.
right, they'd say, how can you eat rice? Don't you know the politics behind rice?
Big rice?
Yeah, big rice.
Big rice, man. There's a lot of stuff that's going on out there with everything.
I have often wondered, what's the thing with Casual Friday? Why do people just say, oh my gosh, it's such a wild day, you can wear jeans, it's Casual Friday, wow! I feel like if you want to make Casual Friday actually casual, let people just wear their bathrobe to work. Tell people, bring your cats on Friday. Don't bother going all the way to the washroom, pee in the fern on Fridays.
I love that this is a book. I really am so excited
It is
to
a
read this book.
Yeah.
I just, anytime I meet, like I was saying, I really like to write a book, so anytime I meet somebody who has, I'm just like, I kind of look at it as, you know, some people get starstruck by things, like, oh my God, that guy plays basketball, or whatever. I'm like, a book? You wrote a book? I love books.
But I think every stand-up comedian should have a book. I think every good stand-up comedian is very capable of writing a book, because you're just expanding your storytelling. Your audience wants to get to know you. If you do a great set, what better opportunity than to say, hey, I'm selling books at the back of the room, and then have people walk away and now they know you. They know your comedy better.
When was the, you already mentioned it a little bit, like talking about going through depression and stuff.
Yes.
How long was that?
Here's what I explain in the book, and it is the best explanation I can think of. A depressed mind is like a sieve, and only the negative stuff gets through, and the positive stuff never gets processed.
The negative stuff is water. Positive stuff is pasta.
Yes. The pasta,
Sometimes the pasta
positive,
gets through in a strainer.
A little bit of it does.
A little bit of it gets
a little
in
bit
there.
of it does.
But the negative, yes, okay.
The negative doesn't. And so on paper, my life was the best. It was the most incredible. I was healthy. I have healthy children. I have a great husband. I have a home. I have a job that I love. But what I felt every day was shame and regret and fear. And it was just this loop of ruminating. And it lasted about 2 years. And when I finally got diagnosed and I saw the psychiatrist, I said, I think I need to be in a different line of work. And I just feel like comedy, it's too many highs and lows. And she was like, well, what if instead of throwing away your 20-year career, we just made some changes in your life? And so we made changes in my life, and oh my gosh, it's great. Now my life is not defined, and my happiness isn't defined by, did I have a good show last night, or how many people liked my Facebook post or something. Now it's defined by like, oh my God, how far did I run today? Like, how many times did I make my kids laugh? And then I also happen to have the career on top of it, and that's the gravy. I see my job as something that brings me so much fulfillment, but it's not a reflection of who I am.
Yeah.
And therefore, if the job goes bad, that doesn't mean I've gone bad.
Well, I mean, you want to go, I don't know, we can go back to the hotel.
Well, listen, we've been talking about mental health and the joy that the outdoor brings. I feel like there's something really special that I can share with you, and it'll lift us both up.
Okay.
Nathan, do you want me to help with your skates?
No, I can't believe you talked me into this, though.
I know, but if you don't do it up tight enough, your ankles will look like a baby giraffe.
Well, you know, nothing would happen to my ankles if we would have just went back to the hotel.
You're gonna be really happy about this after. You're gonna be angry and then you're gonna be happy.
I haven't skated in so long. I'm talking like since I was a kid, like 6 years old. Oh, does it look like I'm walking okay to you? Does it seem?
It looks like you have arthritis.
I might. After this, I think this foot is just full of blood.
You become what you believe, Nathan.
Oh.
Yay!
Okay.
All
So
right.
you go. Which way are you going?
I was just gonna skate that away.
Okay.
With-
well, I'm gonna
with
go
the
this.
people.
I'm gonna go this way.
Folks, you're going counterclockwise.
There's nothing I can do about that.
Okay. Just do this, Nathan.
Just skate backwards real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't I also go out to Edmonton, see if I can get on the Oilers? Everybody thinks every Canadian is just born with skates. Let me tell you, it's not true.
It does. It's a bit like a baby giraffe taking its first steps. You faced your fear. You conquered it. You learned a lesson.
Conquered it. I conquered it.
Actually, did you learn a lesson?
What? Yeah. My lesson is to never ever listen to anything you have to say.
Can you honestly try once without holding on?
Try once.
Yeah.
I fell holding the bar. Jessica,
That was
I
just-
almost cut your leg off.
Okay, come on. Just once.
How do you get this little walker thing? Here, Jessica.
Yeah.
Well, I'm standing here, right, on the
Yeah.
ice. If you go tackle that little 6-year-old and steal
take
the
the
walker
walker?
thing, yeah.
Okay.
Trip this kid. Trip this kid.
I'm not gonna trip a kid. I'm not gonna trip a kid.
Oh my God. Did you have to kill anybody for this, or you just
no.
asked?
So keep your knees a little bent
Okay.
and
Yeah.
go for it.
Go for what? What is the going? You know what I mean? I can't even. Okay, here we go. Yeah.
You're doing it, Nathan.
I'm a 78-year-old man. Are your shoulders supposed to hurt?
Do you know what? You're gonna make a terrible old man. Do you know what? I'm gonna give this back to the kid. I think you're back to the pole.
Okay, please, look, let me park. Let me park. Also, can you call me like a cab and an ambulance?
Yes.
And
You just need one or the
and
other.
some kind of, well, whichever
The
one.
ambulance.
Whichever one will show up.
All right.
I'm from a country where we don't do this. Yeah? This one, I'm from Canada. I just can't, this is not a real thing that can happen.
Nathan,
Ah.
did you
You can't sneak up on a, what?
did you just make a friend?
I did.
I think you're winning all over the place.
I'm trying. Well, this was a pretty great, I'll say this is a pretty great step in the right direction of mental health. I met a guy, I talked to you, I mean.
And you know what? Now it's gonna be a bit. Do you see a joke in it somewhere?
No.
I grew up on Liza Minnelli. That lady had pipes. Darlings, it's fabulous that you're here. Listen to the little kitten toots that don't know who I am. Don't be frightened. My barf is worse than my bite. But what's important for me to tell you is you're never too old to learn something new. I just joined Mensa, which is musicians enjoying neuroses, psychoses, and alcohol. It's just me and Billy Bob Thornton. We sit around playing poker for amphetamines. But here's the thing, Sweet Toots. My mother, Judy Garland, knew I'd grow up to be a singer, so she used to down a bottle of vodka, point a shotgun at my feet, and yell, "Dance, Mini-Me, dance!"